Is this your first time running for public office?
This is my first time running for public office.
It's scary.
A little bit.
Yeah? What are you going to tell people when you go out?
I'm going to tell them that I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm a professional, I'm a software developer, and I love the city I live in.
Welcome. One of the at-large seats on the Minnetonka City Council is opening up. The seat has been occupied by Amber Greaves, who is moving to Colorado. Minnetonka has an elected mayor, 4 ward-based council members, and 2 at-large citywide council members. As of this date, Joe Bodell is one of 2 announced candidates running for the city office. A special election is slated for February 14th. Joe Bodell, welcome to Democratic Visions.
Great to be back.
Is this your first time running for public office?
This is my first time running for public office.
It's scary.
A little bit.
Yeah. Joe Bodell grew up on the East Coast, moved to Minnesota in 2005. He is a web software developer and has created one of the most successful progressive blogs in the state, the Minnesota Progressive Project. Joe and his wife Elizabeth have 2 young children, and they live in the southwest quadrant of Minnetonka. Joe, Minnetonka's demographic profile trends older now than it has ever before. How is that going to play on the city council? You're a young dad, a young family.
I am on the young side, but it's not just the current picture of Minnetonka, it's where we're going to be in a few years. In a few years, there are going to be thousands more citizens in Minnetonka over the age of 55 and thousands fewer under the age of 20. This is going to be a dramatic effect on our neighborhoods, on our schools. We have to work on this problem now. We have to start attracting young families, young professionals who are starting their families to town, and really market the town as a great place to start a family and settle down.
Marketing the town, what do you mean by that?
It means being able to go to young professionals and actually legitimately do marketing style events with young professionals and young families and show them that, look, Minnetonka is a great place to live. You don't have to go all the way out to Chaska. You don't have to live in an exurb to be able to have an affordable home, to be able to get to work easily. You can do that right here in a second-ring suburb, right here in Minnetonka.
In your neighborhood, are people of your generation, or are they older?
No, when we moved into our neighborhood, we were by about 20 years the youngest in our neighborhood. We found that the older folks in our neighborhood loved the fact that they had a young family, and they loved the fact that we have our kids out on the front lawn when they walk by. They say hi and they want to talk to our kids. It's a really wonderful feeling, and that's the kind of thing we need to be doing on the city council. Senior housing is great. We absolutely need to be expanding housing options for senior citizens, but at the same time, we need to be looking at ways to bring younger families into our neighborhoods.
Now, there's a challenge in other older suburbs to keep neighborhood commercial zones alive and vibrant.
Right.
What's the situation in Minnetonka?
Well, I mean, that is the situation. You have a lot of redevelopment going on. Certainly in my neighborhood, in the Glen Lake area, there's been a lot of redevelopment. And we really need to be concerned with the small businesses that have been in those places for a long time. In the Glen Lake area, we just lost Tonka Cycle. It had to move all the way across town, and that's not necessarily a good thing. But Tonka Cycle had been there for a long time. We need to be working with businesses like that, like Snyder's Drugstore before it left, like the hardware store down the street. These aren't just businesses that supply tax revenue. These are parts of the neighborhood. These are stores and businesses that fund Little League teams. They're a part of the community. We need to be working with them to make sure that they can continue being successful going forward.
Be specific. How are you going to work with these businesses?
Well, that's the challenge. We need to find policy decisions that can protect those businesses and help them succeed while not stopping new businesses from coming in. Does that take the form of a property tax relief or lease cost relief? We need to look at those solutions. I don't think there's a silver bullet, but I think that the key is working really, really hard to make sure that every stone is overturned in our search for ways to find that.
Democratic Visions is handmade by volunteers for DFL Senate District 42, Lori Pryor, Chair. Democratic Visions can also be seen on YouTube and at dflsd42.org.